Hiya guys, and welcome back to another unique golf video. I hope we're all well, and winter is nearly gone. It needs to bugger off. We want some nice weather. So today's video is all about ball position. Now, ball position is something which I think gets overlooked because it is very important where that ball goes when you're setting up, because it's going to dictate what sort of shot you are going to hit. So we're going to get the basics right, because basics are key. Fundamentals are key in the golf swing. So we're going to start with wedges. I've got my paper because I forget. My memory's going. Must be an age thing again. So I've got 3 wedges in my bag. I've got my sand wedge, I've got my gap wedge, and I've got my pitching wedge. So I'll just grab my club. So with your wedges, so my sand wedge, my approach wedge, and my pitching wedge. Your ball, I'll use this tee as reference. Centre of your stance. You don't want it forward, you don't want it back. You want it pretty much central. That's it. You can play the ball lower, you can take it further back, and you can play it a little bit higher, so you're moving it forward. But for your standard shots, you want the ball in the middle of your stance. And why we want that is because this will help you strike down and create a nice clean divot, giving you more spin and control. So that is why we place the ball in the centre of the stance with the wedges. So for me, it's round about there. That is central. Basically, my belly button is reference with the shaft of the club. So that's pretty basic. That is pretty simple. Let's keep it simple. So that is your wedges. My approach wedge, my sand wedge, and my pitching wedge. Next, we are going to go on to the irons. Right, now we are going to be looking at irons, and more specifically a 6, 7, 8 and 9 iron. Now all we're doing with ball position with these clubs is moving it just slightly forward of centre. So where you had your ball with your wedges, all you're doing is moving the ball slightly forward of centre. That's it. If you want to hit it even higher, you'll move the ball further forward. But for your standard shot, just move the ball slightly forward of centre. This allows us to compress the ball properly and get a nice penetrating ball flight. So it's pretty simple. All you're doing is moving the ball slightly forward of centre. Next up, long irons. Right, now we are going to be looking at our long irons. The longest iron I've got in my bag is a 4 iron. I don't own a 2 iron and I do not own a 3 iron. So I've got a 4 iron, and my favourite club is a 5 iron. So ball position. All we're doing once again is moving that ball further up in our stance. Now for me, for reference, with my 5 iron and my 4 iron is my left armpit, not quite that far up, but that's where I'm looking to put the ball when I set up. The reason why is because our long irons need a shallower angle of attack, so placing the ball further up in our stance helps us sweep it off the turf. Pretty simple really. So that's why we place the ball further up in our stance. And while I'm here, shaft lean, we don't want any of this forward shaft lean unless you're hitting it super low, and we don't want it this way. We need it pretty neutral. Belly button again is a good reference to have. So that is our long irons. Next up, my favourite club in the bag, driver. So we are now looking at the driver. The driver is set up inside the left heel. The left heel. So that is pretty far forward. So you're not back. You are inside the left heel, because with driver we need to keep his weight behind the ball and we need to be encouraging an upward swing onto the golf ball. So we need to be hitting up on to the ball. When we do hit up onto the ball, this increases launch and reduces spin, and we get maximum distance. Now that is your basic setup. If you want to play a lower one with driver, all you're doing is manipulating the ball position, and that is with your driver and your long irons, and you can do it with your other irons as well if you like, but this is just your basic setup and ball position with the clubs I've talked about. So before I go, I've just written a little tip for you. So keeping a consistent ball position with each club helps with contact and better accuracy. If you know all the time where that ball position should be, you're going to get comfy and you're going to know what sort of shot you are going to be hitting. So if you are struggling with ball striking, try adjusting your setup before you look at your swing. So I hope you found that helpful. If you do find it helpful, let me know in the comments, leave me a like. As always guys, thanks for watching and I will see you on the next video.